We are at it. Welcome into 4th and 5 as I am here, in my opinion, as one of the most electrifying, I take that back, the most electrifying Razorback of all time. An honor to be joined by the one and only Joe Adams is in the house hanging out with us here. We got a little 4th and 5. Look at this. Little people showing up. We always encourage people to come on out to the Mainline Sports Bar. You see some people showing up. That's Donna over there in the floors. We got Trip over there on the couch. We got a couple of the wise guys up in here. People slowly starting to come in. I see them coming in through the front, hanging out all to meet the one and only Joe Adams. But, Joe, man, thank you for hanging out with us. It's going to be a fun one. As always, I encourage people to be a part of the show. You can come out to the Mainline Sports Bar. Joe asked me earlier, he said, so no kids can come, right? We get it's Oakland. We get it's the casino.
I was just sure.
But the cool thing about it is here at the Mainline Sports Bar, you don't go through the casino to get here. You can if you want to. You park right outside the racetrack, come through the doors, a family-friendly environment for people to come out and have a good time. So, Joe, we're going to hang out with you for about 35, 40 minutes. Right now, if anybody online wants to ask any questions for Joe, now is the time to get him into the chat. We already got people sending some stuff in. Our friend Zamal Thomas, you see him right here. Yeah, he's locked in, ready to go. We got my boy Alex Shirley, who's actually in the house tonight, and so very excited for that. He wants you to come on out. Big Joe Adams fan here. He says he kind of likes that DJ guy, too. Played tight end back in the day. I like it, but it's a way to be a part of the show. So any question you have, you see La La Land right here, the Electric Joe Adams from the Electric 2011 season. So, yes, we're going to talk about it. There was this play. I don't know if you're familiar. Arkansas was playing Tennessee, all right? And they punted the ball to Joe Adams, and something crazy happened, all right? We're going to show that here in just a second. Pending my technology cooperates with us, Joe. But we got to start this off and let people know what you've been up to lately, man.
Man, I'm in Little Rock, coach. Well, I just finished the season. I was coaching out in Jacksonville and being a PE teacher, being a dad and a husband.
Yeah, a dad. You got your little one here tonight. You got your wife over here as well, hanging out with us. And, man, the playing days, man, it seems like it was just yesterday, but that punt return against Tennessee, that was 14 years ago. 14 years ago, Joe.
I'm still in shape, so I don't know how you feel, DJ.
I don't feel like that. Hey, I'm convinced. The thing about Joe, so we had a fundraiser, a foundation event for the Ryan Mallett Foundation. This was, I think, just less than a year ago. So we were up in Northwest Arkansas. We had a 7-on-7 game, charity game. Joe was on my team, thank God. Jarius Wright was out there. Casey Dick and Tyler Wilson were the quarterbacks. Yeah. There was a few. Jonathan Williams was hanging out with us. It was a really good time. But Joe was doing way too much. All right, like I'm over here saying let's go like medium speed. Let's hang out a little bit. Joe is treating it like we're in the Sugar Bowl all over again. All right, we're gonna go ahead and win this game.
It started with Casey Dick. He wanted to throw the ball out hard while we warming up, telling me that we're not ready yet. So we had to get warm, and then Jerry's had to start it. So it just kind of went from there.
Doing way too much. But hey, Joe, man, you're a special kind of talent. The thing about it is, Joe and I went to high school together. All right, and so we had a good time at CAC. And I remember I thought I was good and athletic, and that Joe came to campus and realized that I'll never be as athletic as this guy right here. He's special. We got people chiming in. Look, you remember old Tracy Bird? She's telling that, "What's up, Joe?"
How you doing, Tracy?
Yeah.
DJ, I've been playing against you since middle school. People don't know that we share coaches, Coach Patterson.
Patterson, yeah.
Coach Sprinkle. So
old Sprinkle.
Yeah.
Springer.
Springer.
Yeah.
So between them, we got a little deep history, and I mean, playing against you, I was in the 7th grade. You was always the size that you are now.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like we need to check their birth certificates because I don't know if this is really real or not. And he was a month started in, so it just kind of led over to when I met him. It's just from there. I had already knew how you play, so I was just trying to, let you see what I could do.
Hey, you didn't just let me see. Everybody knew what Joe Adams will do. Also, too, I want to give a shout out. We got the Wise Guys in the house. All right, Wise Guys went on the road, right. Got a little revenge game. We're going to talk to a couple of them here in just a second when we wrap up with Joe. But, Joe, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so if you're unfamiliar with Joe Adams, what are we doing? All right, I don't know how you can be a Razorback fan and not know who Joe Adams is, but pending technology cooperates. Let's give them a little recap and tell them exactly who we're dealing with here today. This may ring a few bells for some people right here.
Line drive punt taken at the 40. That's Adams. Trying to reverse this field. And everybody's staying
Good
home.
God.
Now he does a tightrope act. Boy, Houdini's in the house wearing number 3, and nobody's home to watch that house. Touchdown, Hogs!
I'm sure there was a moment right about here where Bobby Petrino is saying, get down, we're at the 35. Are you kidding me? What are you doing? And then he gets a couple of good blocks. And right there is where he turns on the Jets. You can see he's not quite 100%. He's got to be a little twat.
Get the
Let's
wheeling and dealing here.
There's one.
The best part was the fan reaction.
There's 2. There's 3. There's 4 and 5. There's 6. And then it's just outrun. Unbelievable. And what happens a lot of times.
Oh man, Joe, man, that's something special right there. Not too many people. I mean, I would say I can't think of a play in Razorback football history that is more exciting than that. I can't. Now, if somebody here, I'm sure you know, Alex. All right. Don't forget to, if you're in the crowd and you have a question for Joe, this little microphone we have set up for you right here. So if you have any question for Joe, walk up to the mic, ask the question, and we'll answer it. But that was something special. All right. So the thing is, when people hear this play, they always think about what are the coaches thinking, what the hell is Joe doing, but I'm very curious to get into the mind of Joe Adams. So we're going to act like we're in football once again. All right. And let's go ahead and break some film down. All right. You down for that?
Yeah, we could do that. First day we got on campus, we thought we were big time, and
Ooh.
you know, we all ranked high in the state, and we done been to some, you know, high school bowls here and there. We got our name ringing, a couple bells, and man, we wasn't ready for that first day of running actually. So you know, we come in thinking it's just gonna be a little light workout. We're gonna get out of here. They tried to kill us the first day, tried to run us off campus. We had like maybe 15 55s, and we didn't know that, you know, you supposed to. I don't want to just tell people this, but I mean,
Now
you
let's
kind of
hear it.
pace yourself.
Yeah.
You don't try to kill yourself. It's a marathon, not a race.
Yeah. Yeah.
We came in thinking, you know, we just got to race every time, and by the fifth or sixth, up and down, we were dying. We couldn't make it. Anthony Curtis, which he had just came off a track, he was in the best shape of his life.
Yeah.
He ran a mile effortlessly, like he wasn't even bending over nothing. And, I mean, we was over here looking bad. Like, dude, is this really for us?
We're back up and running. All right. So a lot of people trying to figure out if online what happened to the stream. Sorry, we had a little technical issue, a little something called internet. Decided to have a little hiccup, but we are back at it. So once again, a lot of people on our chat, Joe, saying what happened to everybody. So we are up at it again. So what we've done since we've been trying to reboot, we were just talking about the good old days. Joe Adams freshman year. We talked about the receiving core. Kobe Hamilton. We talked about Greg Childs. We talked about Jay Wright, I mean, yourself. I mean, and then you add Now Davis and players like that into the mix. A little DJ. I say little DJ. Dude was jacked and he was pumped up. Hey, boo. And so as I'm getting something set up, I'm going to start showing your film here in a second. Talk about the receiving core right now for the Razorbacks. You know, your thoughts on it. The thing about it is it's a transfer portal error. Taylon Green, year 2 system quarterback, has all new receivers. How much of a challenge is that for a quarterback having all new guys almost every single year?
I think the only thing that can really beat that is just getting out there every day, kind of together as a group and learning each other. Like, he's got to learn what a receiver cutting at and how they making cuts, and they got to learn where he's putting the ball at every time. And if you just stay in and locked in and you're doing this every day, it becomes second nature.
All right, here we go. Let's lock this in. All right, you want to go over some tape? Jeez Louise, I had a little, I'm not going to lie, a little technical crisis here in a second. People texting me, blowing me up, trying to figure out where's Joe. A lot of people watching me right now, Joe. All right, so let's go ahead and bring this back up. We're up at 4th and 4. Wish it was 4th and 5. We have a little play right here. So let's go back to this Tennessee play. Joe, I want you to walk us through it, all right? So you can see right here as we crank things up, ball gets punted. Arkansas is up by 7. Less than a minute to go. And then let's go ahead and pause it. Where are we at? Let's go ahead and no way this is going to do this. Oh, my goodness. I had all these things pulled in for a second. Stand by. I had this all pulled up, Joe. It's going to look good. It's going to look real good. Resume analysis. Let's go right here. Let's see all of Joe's highlights right here. Sorry, y'all. Usually don't have technical difficulties like this moving forward. But you know what do you got to do sometimes, right? Let me see if this pulls up. Ah, nice. Let's go ahead and pull this up. 1 second. Let's try this one more time. Joe, talk about your family real quick, man. I see you got your lady here. You got a little man. What's it like being a dad, man?
Man, it's hard work.
What's hard work mean?
Man, you always got to be there.
Yeah.
No matter what's going on, you got to put that aside.
All right. I promise I'm going to take care of all of y'all here in a second. All right, Joe. Thank goodness. All right. Jeez Louise. Now, I'm not going to lie. Me being able to get that up after that technical difficulty is actually really impressive. All right. So I'm going to brag on myself for a little. There's not a lot of people in my industry that can get that done. All right. But we made it happen. All right. So let's go ahead and move forward. All right. So here goes the punt return. All right. Let's go and take a look at the tape. At this point, what is a punt returner thinking? Your eyes are still up in the air. You still got some guys close in proximity. But Joe Adams, this is an all day. I'm going to try to make something happen.
First thing I was thinking was make sure my corners are not too tired to where they could pick up their gunners.
Yeah.
Because if the gunner get down there too fast, I'm going to have to fair catch it.
Yeah.
But this was senior night, and it was the first time I touched the ball, so I definitely.
This was the first time you touched the ball?
Yeah, it was the first time I touched the ball.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Let's keep it rolling. So it gets to a point, right? This is where it gets interesting. So we get to this point right here. All right. You can see you're looking at the guy right in front of you. You got these guys in Tennessee. They're all circled in right. white, right?
Yeah.
Then you have the Arkansas players in red. The only problem is you would want those guys on the other side of the Tennessee players. That's not what's going on. So you're a punt returner. What are you thinking when you see this?
All right. Well, the return was right. It was a right return.
Okay.
And I was looking at Jericho, which is the second guy right
Yeah,
here.
number 31.
He always tells me which way we're going and whatnot. He's going to pick up the first goddamn.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't do that, which he did with his job. But I was going right, and I was like, okay, it's a right return. I'm expecting all my guys to be in front, but obviously it's orange and white, like you said.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, in practice, I've ran around a lot in practice.
Yeah.
Punt return, I used to make the the punt team very mad because I used to do this all the time.
Yeah.
So I was in good shape. So I figured, I was like, I'm just gonna I'm gonna cut back and then take it across the field. Well, when I cut back,
hold on, I got you. All right, let's get there. All right, so Joe gets to this point. All right, he decides to go ahead and step over there. He's cutting back. You can see right here, he's looking. It still don't look good, but he says, all right, let's go the wrong way. This is where coaches start losing their mind, thinking
the Reggie Bush in me.
Yeah, he's going the wrong way. And then you freeze it right here. Everyone, if they were to bet on this, they'd probably bet you done messed up.
Yeah, you tackled.
You could probably hear Coach Petrino on the sideline probably cussing you out right now.
Yeah.
And this is where it gets interesting. So you get to this point, you break down right here, and then you pull this move off. And if we pause it right here, not only do you have these three guys on you, you have three more guys that all have an angle on you. What are you thinking at this point?
Well, I mean, the way I play, I try to take away angles on tackles so you can never just have a square shot at hitting me. So if you coming in full speed, I'm gonna make a move right before you tackle me. So you never just hit me with your full strength. So it's probably like 50. So
okay, there has to be an ounce of you at this moment that thinks, "Oh crap, I made the wrong decision."
No. Well, I mean, I wasn't thinking that.
Yeah.
That definitely was not what I was thinking. I was thinking score a touchdown.
Jeez. Okay. All right. So we're locked in. Still doesn't look very promising. And look, I'm going to go ahead and keep this rolling right here. So we get to this spot. All right. You can see all the guys on Tennessee kind of behind you right now, all on the ground. That's called putting them in a blender. All right. But you still have this guy with the angle on you. Now that you got rid of all that, you realize you're still on your feet. What's next?
Well, I was trying to go to the sideline. I was actually looking at I can't remember who it was there, but I was trying to tell them to block this guy right here. And they actually, I mean, after I had kind of returned a couple early in the year, the punt return teams started taking it serious. So they was out there head hunting more than I was on the return. So they was trying to get their brick shirt.
Yeah.
So
all right. So we keep this rolling right here. You get past all those guys.
If you go back and pause, if you go back and look, the one that I was telling you about, Ross Rasner,
Ross Rasner, yep.
He made about 3 blocks on this play.
Right there. You see him right here. Yep.
So if you can go back and look, he's on the sideline getting off a knee, and he goes and dives.
He's number 35.
He goes and dives and makes another block.
Yep. So he gets a nice little block right here.
Himself the whole game.
Ross Rasner, one of the best special team players. Now, after all that, all right, you're still in a spot where you still should not score a touchdown. And when it comes to angles, they have every single angle on you. You got guys pursuing you from behind. The sideline is a defender. You still got 2 guys in front of you. Joe just doesn't care, puts his foot in the ground, and then you can see the rest of the magic happening. This is what's fun, all right? This is what I think is special, all right? Because you got a whole lineup of Tennessee players behind you. You're looking ahead. Now you got the blockers because you made all that happen. But still at this point, these other guys have been trying to catch up to you this whole time, and they're running full speed. One would imagine you would be gassed at this point. But then Joe had another gear. Talk about how hard it was in the offseason with Coach Petrino that had you ready for this moment not to run out of gas.
To be honest, Fridays was full metal Fridays.
Oh, God.
He made sure he was going to kill you to where you didn't want to go out on the weekend, and then Monday he was gonna make sure that if you did go out on the weekend, he was gonna get it out of you. So we ran so much, and that was just conditioning. We're not even talking about the receivers, quarterbacks. We did between the receivers and the quarterback, we probably had the most meetings with each other as a group more than any group on the team.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad you brought that up because that's going to bring me to a point. All right. So we've kind of talked about this before. about, you said Coach Petrino worked us out so hard at practice. We didn't even want to go out on the weekend because we just knew we needed to rest and recover to get ready for a whole nother week. So I got a lot of heat, all right, because you know me, sometimes people think I'm very pessimistic. But I remember watching a video last year right after practice, like literally right after practice. There was a video of a couple guys doing a couple interviews, having fun. They were laughing. They were singing. And they did a little dance on the sideline, too. And they just said, hey, how's practice? They said, oh, my gosh, we love it. It's great. I could not tell you one day I've ever said right after practice.
I'm surprised they had the energy to even speak it.
That's what I said. Blew my mind. I had
they
no idea.
They didn't have a couple choice words they wanted to say.
Oh, my gosh. Different era. It is what it is. I will say out of that group, Fernando Carmona, he has shown up, and he's able to keep it going. And I'll say this, too. He's a little bit different ball game. There's some players, Joe, you know this. They have the ability to turn the switch on and, and be ready to go at all times. A lot of those other guys on the offensive line, they weren't there yet, all right? So I needed all that giggling and all that stuff to stop ASAP, all right? So maybe a different ball game this year getting into offseason. But let's continue as we run right here. Joe does what Joe does. He scores touchdowns, but this is what's fun. So, like I said, we have a really good relationship with our strength staff, all right? So if you look at the two guys highlighted, the one on the right is Coach Stewart. All right. We call him Stu. He's awesome. Great wife, great family, super strong. I see his workout videos. Absolutely love him. He'll do anything for you. The one behind him is Coach Sharp. Coach Sharp was borderline psychotic. He was a psychopath. All right.
Made you want to fight him.
He made you.
But you love him.
You loved him. But
after you realized that he was trying to make you better.
Yeah. But he knew how to get under your skin, and he knew how to get it out of you. All right.
That was one of the reasons.
So
I want to leave.
The thing about these strength coaches, their job is to make sure that everyone stays back, because if an official comes on the field and bumps one of the players, they throw a flag, the play comes back. All right. So their job. But you can see everyone was so lost in the moment. And you got to think Coach Sharp was one of the meanest, in your face. Don't be soft. You better be a man about it. I didn't realize this until I was watching this today. Do you even know what he did right here?
Oh, no. I seen him chasing me, and Coach Stewart had to
He chases you, yeah. So you can see he jumps into Coach Stewart's arms, you know?
Coach Stewart knew because he didn't want Coach Peter to cuss him out.
He jumps into his arms. I mean, I just think that's so funny seeing Coach Sharp in that phase, who is always so locked in. But he saw one of his guys that has grinded from day one. He was a freshman on campus. Have a moment like that, he lost himself. And I think that was so special about that team, is like, it wasn't just players who like the players, the coaches, the staff, administration, from top to bottom. We all had one common goal, and that common goal was to win, but we just wanted the best for one another. So
I think this was kind of missing too.
Yeah, it's missing.
Coach P had a lot of the younger guys that they were around 20-something. Because he was Sharp and his brother.
Yeah.
And it was Coach Butler.
Yeah.
Coach
Stewart.
Yeah. So all those guys formerly had just played.
Yeah.
So they knew where we were gonna go through already. So it's kind of like the guy, they don't have that there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We could tell them and show them, this is what y'all gonna go through, and this how you supposed to do, and all that. I think that's one of the parts that's missing for them.
All right. Let's keep it rolling. So that's the Tennessee breakdown. But if you know Joe, he was more than just a one moment type player. He did this every weekend, all right? And so you fast forward, and I will say on that play, we're going to let this one run. And what I noticed on that play, Joe did most of the work, all right? Let's keep it real. You put the team on your back on that one, and Houdini's wearing number 3, all right? Everybody knows the phrase. But then you get to the Cotton Bowl. Joe scores another touchdown. Let's go ahead and run this back. And this is what's special, because when you have guys like Joe that have that capability, and they know that Joe is going to try to score at all times, then your teammates start doing a little extra too. They know, if I get back and I hustle a little bit more, Joe could maybe take it to the house. Yep. If I just give it all I have. This is Ross Rasner. Yep. You just talked about him. Watch this clip right here. You talk about sacrificing your body, laying it all out, literally jumps, turns his back to this blocker because he doesn't want to get a penalty, lays out because he's thinking, if I do this, Joe has a good shot of taking it to the house.
That was okay. So like we might have mentioned that Jericho was always the first guy back, so he was gonna be the first guy I was looking for on punt. So,
Yeah,
because I'm gonna get whichever direction we're going, and I'm looking at him to see how tired he is, and I know that I got a chance to return tonight.
yeah.
So I would tell Jericho, make sure you pick up the first one. And then him and Ross had got real tight because Ross was like baby Jericho. So
Yeah.
Ross just kind of fell in line, and it was like I had two assassins that was just looking to knock somebody out.
That's awesome and special to have, but we keep going. And the thing is, too, like I said, people start to buy in and they start to do more because they know at any point in time it could be a touchdown. I think we lack that a little bit when it comes to effort on the Razorbacks team right now. But then you get that block. And then you get another block. Jerry Mitchell right there gets a block for you. Then you got Jericho gets a block for you. You got everybody getting blocks for you. And then this is the part. Usually you don't get blocks this far downfield, but people know not to give up on a play when Joe Adams has the ball. You get that block right there. So you have one play where you did it all by yourself. Now, obviously, you did a thing as well as doing Joe Adams things. But now everybody's bought in and doing something special. All right, now, before I show this clip, I don't know how well y'all know Joe. Joe believes that he could play every position on the football field.
I would. Coach would have let me. I would have been playing cornerback too.
Joe used to bug Coach Petrino day in and day out that he wanted to play both ways. All right, you wanted to play corner.
I wanted to play corner. I wanted to play running back.
Yeah,
I wanted to get just a couple passes.
Yeah, so that's exactly what Joe got, except playing defense, which Joe could have if he wanted to. So let's go ahead and pull this play up right here. This is Joe throwing the ball. Now, Joe was a quarterback in high school as well. We went to high school together, and this was something Joe would always do special. So this is to Casey Dick. Yeah, a nice little reverse double pass right here. So easy on the money. Joe's left-handed as well, by the way. And then he also complained about you wanted to be a running back, so they put you at running back, and then Joe does this. But before we get to this play, I want to point out Chris Gregg. He is a tight end, University of Arkansas. I think he's up there in Northwest Arkansas coaching.
No, he actually just left last season. He's in Dallas.
Okay,
South Oak Cliff.
Okay, he's Oak Cliff doing his thing.
Yep.
But I want you to take a mental note of Chris Gregg right here, and then we're going to keep playing. All right. Notice he is away from the play. All right. But let's keep this rolling. Joe gets the toss. We got to get a shout out to Kiero Small, one of the best fullbacks in Arkansas history. Yeah. Lead blocking. We practice this all the time.
Love running behind him.
He makes it easy for you, too. And,
very easy.
And he's a guy that he's going to hit his spot. He's going to throw at this guy's legs, get him out the way. And it's still at this point, right, you think these guys still have an angle on Joe. But then there's something called speed. And they just don't have speed like Joe Adams. He hurdles Kiero, keeps going. And then look at Chris Gregg. Remember I showed you he was on the opposite side of the field? Mm-hmm. This is what it means when teams and players are bought in, for him to get all the way to the opposite side and get this block because he knows Joe has the ability to do something special. I couldn't tell you how many times I watched film this past year, Joe, where we were just one block away from a touchdown. Mm-hmm. I mean, we had 6 wins and then went to a bowl and got 7 wins. One block away from a few of those games that we lost could change everything. And so it's good seeing this type of stuff on tape. And it's shocking to me in a Petrino offense that you have some guys not getting backside blocks. What do you think that's about?
I don't know what to say about that. They might need to call me and get me up there so I can
get you up there, coach, a little bit.
So I can get on them like Coach P used to get on us.
Yeah,
that's one thing. If you're gonna be on the field, you're gonna block. So
yeah,
and I mean, like you say, that one block could be what could stop or what could score a touchdown.
Yeah,
and we always want to make sure we not gonna be the one on film not blocking. So.
Yeah. All right, let's keep it rolling. And y'all know what happens after this. That's called speed. And then, like, he just picks up speed. At this point, you could probably throttle down.
I was throttling down. I could.
You were? I could have. Okay. Sorry. I apologize. Here's another one, Joe. Sorry about the tape right here. Couldn't find good quality. Shot from Ryan Mallett. And then once again, we showed a punt return. We showed you throwing a touchdown. We saw you rushing a touchdown. And then now we see you catching the ball. Another situation. 3 guys all on Joe. Joe, you just don't like to go down. What's this about? Look at this. This should be an easy tackle. Throw the guy off you. Let's take it to the crib for a touchdown. What's this about?
I'm here to score touchdowns, not get tackled.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Don't like down. Now, you were the special teams player of the year, not just in the SEC, but also All-American punt returner. And, Joe, you just had a different gear. And I'm just showing this because I think people need to be reminded just how special you were. I mean, poor little number 12 I mean, what are you thinking at this moment looking at him?
Lunch. Like a one-on-one, I can't get tackled in the open field.
No, I don't think you ever did get tackled one-on-one in an open field.
I mean, I try to make an emphasis. So.
Do you ever see their eyes just get big like, oh, hell?
Yeah, because I mean, you can't if you slow down and make one false move, I'm just gonna run around you. So
God, this dude's special, y'all. Now we could work on ball security.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let it slide.
You're right.
I notice,
and I be on my kids about that now.
You be on them now. It's different because it's hard for people like you because you're so good. You remind me of LaShawn McCoy, running back for this dude had the ball in here like a loaf of bread. It was so much better than everyone else.
It's like that basketball. How you cuff the ball sometimes.
But that's another thing to sleep on. Joe, as good as he is at football, this dude can hoop.
Hey kids, do not make sure you got that ball secured.
Yeah, high and tight, right?
High and tight.
High and tight. All right, let's keep it going though. He didn't stand a chance. Another one right here, just Joe setting up his blocks, just always making it difficult for defenders. Another one right here, eyes down the field, trying to figure out what's his next move. And what was special about Joe, whenever he did this right here, he would plant that foot. He was out of the house. I mean, he saw what was coming, and he just had some of the best acceleration than anyone else in the country. He'd plant that foot, and he was gone. These people didn't stand a chance trying to catch him after this. Watch this little swag, a little look at the camera. I mean, you talk about, come on, man. Look at my guy right here. Yeah. And then, all right, now this is this is a funny one. A lot of people ask me about this. Go ahead and tell people what's about to come on this one.
All right, so what happened was I had already returned one early in the game.
Yeah, already had a punt return on this one?
Yeah, this is okay. The second one. This close to the end of the game.
Jeez.
And Marquell Wade, he was a freshman. He was the next up and coming.
God.
So it was.
I could talk about Marquell Wade for an hour.
Right. Normally I'm telling coach, I'm the only punt returner back there, but I don't need nobody else.
And then he came to campus.
He wanted to do two people back there, so I could try to show him the ropes.
Okay.
So I'm trying to step back without just going up there and returning everyone. So I'm like, it's your turn to return it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. He was like, all right, I got it. And I guess when it was just so loud. I wouldn't say he wasn't ready for the moment, but he didn't go up and attack the ball like he supposed to go up and get it.
All right.
And so I'm watching them. I'm like, and coach always preach the ball. Do not let the ball hit the ground because you either fair catch it or try to get a return.
Yeah.
You lose yards.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to show him don't let the ball hit the ground.
Yeah.
Lose yards. So I just went in and attacked the ball.
Okay.
I wasn't thinking.
Yeah.
To set myself up the whole time because I would have just went up there probably fair caught.
Okay. So that is called miscommunication, which is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
All
right. I told him before. Before they even kicked, I said, "This is your return.
This is you."
Yeah. So I just stepped back.
Man, all right.
And then when they kicked it, he didn't attack it. So I'm like, all right, I'll go get it then.
All right. So this is what happens. Joe, this is what you call muffs this punt. Tries to catch it and it bounces. He gets there late. And you can see right here, the ball bounces. I know it's not a good angle, but you can see this player had a chance to recover it, but he misses, and him missing.
The thing, let me tell you about that.
Oh, what you got?
I knew he was going for the ball. I was just trying to knock him off of being able to recover it.
Gotcha.
That's why he missed it. You see it? I nudged him.
Okay.
And I was trying to give Wade another chance.
You try to get another chance.
If the ball, if you go up to return it,
and
you knock the guy off the ball.
Oh yeah,
I need to come get the ball. Right,
you're right. That's how it works.
So I'm thinking, all right, is it still?
But now he's still kind of sitting back.
Yeah,
and then so you're like, hold my beer. Let me go and take care of this real quick.
I gotta pick it up.
I get it. All right, so that's exactly what happens. You can see right now, Joe.
Now look at Wade. He's running right there beside me.
So Joe picks it up right here. And so at this point, this is where coaches are on the sideline just saying, fall on it. End the disaster. Let's not make this any worse than what it needs to be. But Joe Adams is on the field, and he ain't trying to hear that, all right? So he scoops this ball up. He starts one way, says, okay, let's try this other way, goes all the way across field, and then he looks inside. Okay, let's go back to the other side of the field. And then at this point, Joe is just like,
I was in track mode.
Track mode on this one? Another touchdown. I mean, you talk about special, y'all. It's been a long time since we had a guy like Joe. I don't know if we've had one like you. Since you left. And look at that crowd. Man, it's been a long time since it's felt like that in Razorback Stadium. Another one right here. As soon as he plants that foot, what did I tell y'all? Joe is at the house against Ole Miss. I mean, every time Joe had the ball in his hands, it was something special. I mean, y'all out listening right now, was it not just one or fun watching this guy Joe Adams play, man? I mean, tell me all about it. It was special. Joe, takes me back, man. I wish we could get back to it, man. So that was fun, kind of going down memory lane. Let's go ahead and pull up a couple people in the chat right now, having a good time with us here on 4th and 5. I see everybody hopping in here. Nice block, Joe Adams out of eligibility. Unfortunately, unfortunately, you can't get back in there and do your thing. All right, once again,
I can show the young guys.
Oh, look who it is. DeMarcus Love is in here too. You got the Woo Pig podcast saying thanks for the memories. You got DeMarcus Love right here talking about that jet sweep.
Yeah. Down. You don't got that one up there. That was sophomore year.
That was against Auburn.
Meaning, like, a lot of the stuff I would set up blocks without actually having to do a lot to.
Yeah.
It's like, if I can get you on one side of a blocker and keep you there, that will make it easy for the guy to just block you. Because he don't have to move. He could just run right through you, and I could just make a cut off his butt. So that basically what that play was. DeMarcus was talking about. It was a jet sweep, and I set the cornerback up for him, and he just bulldozed him.
You ready for the look at this? Does guy look familiar to you?
Oh yeah, what's up, coach?
Yeah, that was our offense. It was our quarterback coach back in the day, Garrett McGee. He said he has a question. Unfortunately, Coach McGee, I ain't seen your question. So if you're still here hanging out with us, go ahead and put the question in the chat, and we'll get to it. But yeah, last time I saw Coach McGee, he was in Florida doing his thing there.
No,
and
somewhere else now.
That was the cool thing about Coach McGee. And what Coach Petrino really did well is he built a staff around him of coaches who really connected with the players. I mean, Coach McGee, I would say, could you imagine a Ryan Mallett without a Coach McGee in that environment? I can't. I really can't. I really can't.
Coach McGee kept him kind of calm.
Yeah.
So,
Mallett probably would have fought Coach Petrino.
Yeah.
There's
a
lot of people
who probably felt like it, but
yeah. It's funny we talk about fighting Coach Petrino. This guy right here, DeMarcus Love, I think tried to fight Coach Petrino. If I remember correctly, I would have to do because he don't like being talked to like that. DeMarcus. Yeah. He didn't like getting talked to. And I will say this: one thing I appreciated about DeMarcus is whenever I was tired at practice, it seemed like he would always just start fighting somebody. Give us a little break.
If offense not going too right, DeMarcus, If it's defense, they getting a little too rowdy, they talking too much, you could count on DeMarcus to hit somebody.
And what else happened too? I remember DeMarcus Love and Jake Beckett, they got in a fight. I think Grant Cook was in this
Love
as well.
And Tenarius Wright got into a
my
fight.
gosh, he got in a fight all the time. But one time they got in a fight, it happened so much, Coach Petrino was getting so upset because it was messing up practice. He made them sit in the middle of the field, and he lined up the whole team.
Yeah.
And we had to run past those two.
Us.
And so we did conditioning while they watched us. But we didn't mind. You know what I mean? It is what it is. We can't really give him a hard time about that.
We love them anyway. So if they fought. It was. He couldn't turn the players against each other.
Oh, man. We talked about this. This is pretty special right here. We got Coach Patterson. That's pretty special. So this is Damian Patterson. So he was my coach in middle school. He was also Joe's coach in middle school but this is at two different schools. And this, I would say, somebody like me not having, a dad in my life, the people that took over that role were coaches. All right. Coach Patterson was one of those guys. Yeah. And he asked a question right here. He says, Joe, what is it like coaching young guys? Now we're in his shoes of being able to mentor young guys and guide them to the future. What would you say that's like?
As hard as it was when you was coaching us. But I think we listened a little more. We respected the authorities. Now it's kind of hard, with a lot of kids. They feel like they know everything. You can't tell them nothing. You're not my dad or anything. And I try not to take that path. I just try to, show them what I did and, what can help them. And a lot of kids just kind of, fall in and listen to me somewhat, but you still have those that don't, but, think they know what they're talking about. I get challenged a lot, like, as far as, like, sports and stuff, and I got to show them that part and show them I still can do it, but outside of that.
Dang, sorry. Yeah. I'm with you, too, Joe. And I'll say this, too. It's a different breed of kid nowadays. It's a little different.
That's what I was going to say. Social media and all, they got everything, so
out
of whack that.
Coach Patterson, that's my guy. I love him. All right. Now, if he did what he did to us, it sounds bad. Back when we played, he'd probably be in jail right now. All right. It's just a different ball game. But That's how he was. If I was cutting, because he was our teacher as well. He was our coach and our teacher. And if I was cutting up in class, there was going to be an eraser thrown at my head. But I understood it's because he loved us. You know what I mean? And so that's pretty special. And I think a lot of older guys understand that the coaching is a lot different because it's just a different breed of kid in today's game.
I mean, he know that. I mean, that a lot of the kids on the team that have father figures like you were saying. He basically was gonna take that role on, regardless if you like it or not, and you're gonna listen to what he got to say. If you're on his team, if you want to play, And I mean, I needed a hard-nosed coach like that, which I went from there to another coach that was at Parkview, Coach Flanagan, which was no different, and then leave from there going to Coach Petrino, which I mean, I don't know where you can go from there. And we're not even gonna talk about Coach Velkamp. Was like,
my gosh. And it's crazy. As much as they stress this out, we love those dudes.
Oh, yeah.
People ask me all the time about Coach Petrino and the way he carries himself. And it's hard doing what I do now because I'm very critical and I have to do my breakdowns. And I know when I bumped into Coach Petrino, we saw him at the Derby. Remember when we hung out with him at the Derby? It was actually right out here at Oaklawn. And then we encourage people to see, look, we encourage y'all to come out and hang out at Oaklawn so you can be some of our people. You see them right here, hanging out, having a good time. We're going to sign a couple autographs, hang out with some fine folk. So coming out, a family-friendly event. But the thing about when I saw Coach Petrino, this is where it gets interesting because I have to still do my job. And I know he knows what I know, so I get very critical. And so I said, Coach P, what you been up to, man? I've been watching the team real close. He was like, I see it, Williams. I wanted to be like, Coach, you feel me?
Coach form.
He's still talking to me in coach form.
I'm still your coach.
I want to say this, too. So I also have a radio show. I'm with 103.7 The Buzz. All right, when we're absolute lunatics on our show, we have a good time. You need to call in sometime and hang out with us. If you want to do something every week during football season, let me know, and I'll probably get some money in your pocket, too.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. We have an event coming up July 24th. All right, it's going to be at the Hall. It's going to be our countdown to kickoff. All right, so I really encourage people to come out because we're going to have Coach Petrino and Taylon Green both on stage, and we're going to be asking them questions. Casey Dick is coming back in town, and we're flying Now Davis back in town as well. So it'll be a really fun time getting ready for football season. July 24th is that date. All right, Joe, that was fun. I really appreciate you going down memory lane with me. I apologize for the technical difficulty. People, too, if you want to come out here, after we wrap this up, I end the stream, but then I'll put up on all these monitors a game night. People have a chance to win a gift card for $100, $50, and $30. The first thing we're going to do is Razorback football trivia. The first question is about Joe Adams, all right? I'm curious about how many people get that wrong because they won't know. Joe doesn't even know what it is. And then me and my girlfriend, we're going to the movie Wednesday. We're going to watch the new Jurassic Park movie. So the second round of trivia is going to be about Jurassic Park. See how well you know your movies, all right? So that'll be fun. It'll be the old movies and the new movies, all right? It'll be a little bit about what?
That's my wife's favorite.
That's her favorite, Jurassic Park?
Yeah, that's her favorite.
All right, we're going Wednesday. If y'all want to go, we can double date. My mom can watch the kid. How about that?
All right.
For free. Look at her. She's ready. She's right here. She would love that. All right, Joe, I appreciate you. If anybody has a question for Joe, now is the time. You would hop up on the mic. If not, I'm going to let Joe hop off here. I know we got a guy in the back with a football. He wants a couple autographs, and he actually has 3 of your rookie cards, okay? He wants you to sign 2 of them, and he's going to give 1 away for somebody playing trivia, all right? So that's very nice of you. I appreciate you doing that. I see you with the helmet over there. Am I seeing that right? He wants an autograph, all right? So if you want autograph, I see another football over. Where y'all at over here? Let me put this. We got footballs all over the place. So, Joe, I'm going to let you get out there. Put your football up real quick. All right, so we're going to get these footballs signed. We're going to have a good time. Now, you see that guy on the couch? Mm-hmm. You see him kind of laughing and giggling? That's my guy Ambrose. He's the quarterback for the Wise Guys. He had 9 touchdowns.
Okay, yes.
9 touchdowns.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to be talking with the Wise Guys here in a second.
Did you run any?
He ran 3. He threw for 6.
Okay.
He a little dual threat guy out there. All right. He a little dual threat. All right. And they had a nice little bounce back game. Now, Ambrose, you are talking to, is that Mr. Brown? Am I saying that right? Am I saying it? TB, right? TB, I actually want you to make your way up here right now. We're going to put you on this set. All right. So,
all right, come on,
Joe,
man.
I'm gonna let you head out there, go talk to the fine folk, get some autographs, and in the meantime, TB, go ahead and start making your way up here real quick, young man. There it is. Oh, he's got a little crowd right here. Look. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Oh man, I always too want to I want to thank Oakland for always supporting us, having a great time. We got Tracy Bird saying I love this episode. It's been fun. What are the chances of getting Joe's segment on 4th and 5? Hey, I would love to have a segment of Joe on 4th and 5. The cool thing about it, all our segments, we always try to get sponsored as well. So if you want to see Joe every week during football season on 4th and 5, what do you want to do? Maybe a little special teams breakdown, receiver breakdown. He said, whatever we want, we'll make it work. All right. Yeah, we'll figure that out. Be awesome to be a part of 4th and 5. All right, here we go. We got TB, which stands for
Terrell Brown.
Terrell Brown is in the house from the Wise Guys. Terrell Brown. All right, so I heard you had a pretty good game. All right.
Sure.
Showed up. Ambrose, I said, had 6 touchdown passes. You're a receiver. How many of those went to you?
I got 2.
You got 2 tutties in the house. I love it. Y'all went on the road, played a team that just gave you your first home loss. Y'all bounced back. Talk about the game and the mindset heading into it, saying, all right, they took one from us. Now we got to go to their house and get one back.
Yeah, well, I mean, especially because we lost at home. In front of the fans, we were like, yeah, we got to go back and really get that money back. So
yeah,
when we got out there, everybody had the same mentality of go out there and kill, like make plays. Don't worry about nothing else. Don't worry about the refs. Just make plays. And that's what we did.
You talk about that. And I went to y'all's last home game. You had that very tough loss, man. Came down to the last play.
Yes, sir.
And it was just back and forth the whole time. And I'll say this, so entertaining, man. I had such a good time hanging out there. People watching right now, the cool thing about it, family friendly again. $10 for tickets. Is that right, Trip? $10 for tickets. And it should be $50. It is worth the price of admission. All right. And it's so much fun. These guys are flying around 1,000 miles an hour. It caught me off guard. Y'all be hitting.
I had to get just to that wall.
Pull that a little closer to your, yeah.
Actually. Yeah, to get just to that wall at first, because like getting punched into the wall is like, whoa. But once you get used to the wall, it's fine though.
I had to get used to the wall. I'm sitting there next to the wall and didn't realize when y'all hit it hits me too.
Yeah,
so I got to be locked in for the game too. And it depends on if you're really into it and you like chirping, trash talking. You get to talk to these guys because they're right here in front of your face.
Trash for us.
Say what?
Talk to a
I was talking mad trash. Yeah, I was saying that DB didn't want it. He want this. You finna get this smoke. I said it all, man. It was so much fun. They have so many in-game activities for the kids. I mean, y'all are doing such an amazing job. And I'll say the town of Hot Springs is embracing y'all. And they're just getting this started. And I just found out, too, that the team ownership is up for sale. So people are very interested in maybe doing something special. Being a part owner of the Wise Guys, you can figure out how to do that as well. I'm thinking 4th and 5 could be a potential owner.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I'm like, I talk to my friends in Oakland and see if we can figure it out. You know what I mean? I think that's special. Oakland, big supporters of y'all as well. But, you sitting here, you watching guys like Joe. I mean, that tape, right? That dude's special, right?
I've seen that so many times on YouTube.
Oh, you watch this? You see him here in person?
So seeing him in person is crazy because I've seen that clip mad times. Like, looking at Punt, I'm like,
yeah, that's it
right there.
Yeah. Dude's different, right?
Yeah,
Dude's different. Now, the thing about Arena 2 is y'all have an opportunity to put your film out there. What's the goal? What's next for you? What's the end goal here?
I'm a rookie, so by God's grace, the plan is to go somewhere else after this. Like, elevate the levels. By God's grace, outside. That's the biggest plan. But really, just taking it day by day and trying to learn as much from the vets, learn as much from Coach Bones, the dudes who's been there before, and then just take wherever God got me. So
I love it. Next home game is when?
Trip, talk to me.
Come on, Trip.
The 19th.
Next home game is July 19th.
Yes,
now, they did move up. If you've been to a couple games, they've been starting at 8. You know what we did for you? We moved it up an hour.
7
all right.
o'clock.
We're going to start at 7. I know a lot of people like that. We moved it up an hour. And then we got another home game the week after. So 2 back-to-back home games. The last one here of the season, and I will be at both of them. All right. I went one time, and I was like, I got to keep showing up to this thing. It's funny. We were there for maybe 10 minutes. I got my sisters and my mom here. We all ended up with all Wise Guys. We got all the merchandise. We got all the merchandise. So I appreciate you. Good luck. All right. So have you been here yet? One? Okay. So we got trivia coming up. How have you been doing in trivia?
I won. I was second place last time. You can't see me.
Okay.
Yeah. I was behind Jordan. So
where are you from?
Boston.
Okay. Razorback football trivia is going to be tough.
Oh, for sure.
All right.
Yeah, most definitely.
So it's going to be a lot of guessing.
Okay, yeah.
You may have a better shot at the Jurassic Park trivia.
I believe it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right, cool. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. Once again, Joe, I appreciate you for hanging out with us. Appreciate everybody online tuning in right now. And all you fine folk here at the Mainline Sports Bar. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us, having a good time. Look at, oh my gosh. What's wrong with these folks, right? Having a good time. All right, that's all we have for you here. We're going to shut this down. Everybody here, stick around for a little bit. I got some fun Razorback trivia for y'all to hang out with. And everybody at home, I appreciate y'all chiming in and watching 4th and 5. Next week, I want to let you know, it's football time, right?
Yep.
So next week, I'm going to have Coach Kevin Kelly. He won 9 state championships at Pulaski Academy.
Yes, sir.
Now he's at Sheridan, getting them back into form. Went to the playoffs. You know, they had a very hard time even trying to win.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to come in with me, and we're going to watch Taylon Green tape. All right?
Okay, yeah.
A lot of people want to know what Taylon Green is going to do.
Yeah.
So we're going to break that down play for play. We're going to have all the graphics on the screen. So if you really want to have a little X's and O's moment, I would really show up, because the thing, too, with Coach Kelly, he loves questions.
Okay.
Any question you have about the film, that's when you ask. That will be next Monday right here at the Mainline Sports Bar starting at 6 o'clock. And we always wrap it up with trivia, giving away money, giving away prizes. It's just the place to be. I appreciate everybody that's watching right now. About